Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Devlog, where I show you about the development of Moonshiner, the mobile game I'm developing with Flame, a Flutter-based 2D game engine. Note that this is my first time doing game development, and that's basically what I had in the last week or in the last devlog. So I think that for this new devlog I have made some pretty good progress, and I'm very excited to show you guys everything I did. I have two main tasks to work with. The first one is to work on the player movements, and the second one is to work on the player controls. But before doing that, I always like to start my days taking a closer look on my plants. And sadly, the mini sunflower that I'm growing is sick. I will try to revive it, but if it does not get better, I think that I will have to prune it, so the other seedlings can have more space and energy to grow. And it seems that this little guy is still asleep also. So I think that for now, I will just grab a hot cup of coffee and start coding. Flame is a very simple game engine to work with, and I'll try to teach you guys something in these devlogs. It seems to me also that there are some cool games developed with Flame, so I think that I made the right choice by choosing Flame to be the game engine of my first mobile game, Moonshiner. Yeah, you got me. I did spend some time working on something that I should not be working on right now, which is the player design for Moonshiner. But actually, I only did it because of you guys. I just wanted you guys to look at my screen and instead of seeing something that I copied directly from a YouTube tutorial, see and feel a little bit of what I imagined for the game. So I went even further and did some level design too. I worked on two distinct levels, and actually I'm not very happy with my level design. It doesn't seem proportional to me compared to the player, but I'm very happy with my player design, and please let me know in the comments what do you think, how can I improve it. And now finally I present you to a very early version of Moonshiner. Talking about the player movement and controls, I have finished only the player movement until now. So, as you can see, if I change the player direction, which is none right now, to right or left, the player will move right or left. But actually that's not how games work. You don't go to the source code and change the code for the player to move left or right or jump. So now I have to work on the player controls, which I think will be a little bit harder for me. And now I can work on the player controls. For this, I will also use a function that I have already implemented called update player movement, which receives delta time. This function has a switch statement in it, which has player direction as a parameter, and in case player direction is going to the left, and if it's facing right, I flip the player horizontally using this built-in function of Flame called flip horizontally around center. And now I will work on the player controls by implementing the keyboard controls with a Flame method called onKeyEvents. OnKeyEvents helps you to listen to keyboard events. And then I will also implement touch controls, because this game is going to be mostly for mobile. And also, as you can see, I started to use IntelliJ as my main IDE. IntelliJ seems appropriate for this kind of game, and I think that I do like it even more than VS Code. Unfortunately, I had to prune the mini sunflower. Those flowers have a span of 1 year to live, and I had to prune it so the other two seedlings can have at least a chance of living 1 more year. I also went to the city and bought some compost. I hope it helps those seedlings to be more healthy. And here I am almost finishing the player controls by implementing even another switch statement, but now on the Moonshiner class that will deal only with the joystick for the touch controls on the mobile version of the game. As you can see, I am also designing in Figma a very simple joystick icon, and now here is the player being controlled by the joystick, going to the left and the right. One downside about that is that we can only use the joystick or the keyboard. So in the future, I will implement the settings where the user can choose if he wants to play with the joystick or the keyboard. But of course that in the mobile version of the game, only the joystick will be available. And that's it guys, this is the end of the video. I'm very happy to be making these devlogs, and I'm also very excited for the next ones. Please let a comment on this video, like the video if you liked the video of course, and thanks a lot, and I see you in the next one.